last topic of your chapter number 2, and your today topic is flowers. In the start of the chapter, we have studied about that flowers are the reproductive organs of a plant. It means reproduction has been done in the body of a plant in flowers. So flowers are very important part of the flower. So see in your book, flowers contain the plant's male and female reproductive organs. There are many types of flower, but the more obvious ones are usually bright colored and sweet smelling to attract insects, birds, and even bats. Mostly plants are in bright colors. They have bright colors, they have sweet nectar on their body, they have sweet smell. Why? To attract the insects, birds, and even bats. I have told you because birds, insects, and bats help in pollination. They help to transfer pollens of a flower from one stigma to the stigma of another flower. So flowers are very important part. So these animals come to feed on the sugary nectar. Yes, you all of know that all plants produce sugary nectar. Okay, it's a diagram of flower, and in the center of a plant there is sugary nectar is produced, sugary solution is produced. So these birds, insects, and plants come to the flower to get this sugary nectar stored at the base of the petals. Okay, now we will see the diagram and the structure of a flower. Okay, you can see uh, these are petals. Petals are brightly colored and have a scent to attract insects. You all of know some all flowers have broad leaves. Okay, so these broad leaves which are in the center, they are called petals. They are colorful and they have sweet smell inside them. Okay, after that there is a sepals. Sepals protect the flower when it is in bud. You can also see if first of all, for example, this is a stem. So when a new plant or new leaf began to grow, first bud is grown. So you can see here is a sepal is given. So they are near to the bud, and these are called sepals. They protect the flower. This is a flower, and they protect the flower. So there is a sepal. Then there is a nectar. Okay, I have told you in the center of the plant, the sweet nectar, sugary solution is produced. So nectar is made at the bottom of the petals. It is a sweet liquid that attracts insects. Okay, so first of all, in the introduction of flower, three parts are very important. First is petals. They are colorful in bright colors and have sweet smell. Second is that sepal. They are present at the bottom from where the new bud is formed, and they protect the flower. And the third one is nectar. It's a sugary solution which is produced in the center of the plant, and it is a sweet liquid, and that attracts insect. After that, a flower is divided into two parts. It has male and female parts both inside them. Okay, so these are male parts. Okay, these are male parts which are on the top of the flower. Okay, and the main reproductive organ is called the stamen. This is very important. Always students confused in the names of male and female parts. So male parts of a flower are called stamen. Okay, you can see here are on the top of a flower, they are called stamen. And there is a carpel in the center of the plant. This is called ovary. Okay, so the female reproductive organ is called the carpel. So at a time, a flower has both parts, stamen and carpel. Okay, so underline in your book, male parts are called stamen and female parts are called carpel. Okay, so this is an introduction of a flower. Now we will come to next
Yeah,
part.
wow.
Now you will see this is that what is a male part. Okay, you can see here is a diagram of a male part. If you keep in your mind, you already have seen now this is a stamen. Okay, now we will study the structure of a stamen. What is a? It's a male part. After that, we will study the structure of female part. This is an ovary. Okay. So first we will see the diagram of stamen. This is a male part of a plant. Okay. So see the diagram in your book. See here. This is a male part of a plant. Okay, you can see parts of a stamen. We have studied that stamen are the male reproductive parts of a plant. So a stamen consists of the anther is where pollen is made. The top part of the flower, you can see it is like a cap. Here, this is called anther. The top part of the plant stamen is called anther. And here pollens. Pollens are very, very small seeds which help in reproduction. So where pollens is made, pollen grains contain the male reproductive. Okay. After that stamen, you can see it comes to downward and the stack. Okay. And the stack is called a filament. This part of a stamen is called a filament. Okay. So then reproduction is started. So first pollens comes are burst and they come into a filament. It is also called filament. It is also called pollen tube. Okay. So they comes here. This is a male part of a flower. Now we will see the female part of a flower. Parts of a carpel. You also have seen its diagram above the diagram of flower. Okay, this is a carpel. So the top part of the carpel. Okay, this is called stigma. What is it called? This part is called stigma. The stigma is sticky. Pollen sticks to this during pollination. We also have studied in above the paragraph that when birds and insects and bats come to get the nectar. Okay, so nectar is produced in this part. So when these insects come and sit here, so they drop for, pollens on the stigma of a flower which they get from another flower. Okay, so this is the top part of the ovary which is called stigma. After that, this is a tube. This is also called a style. The style is a stag that holds the stigma in the air to collect pollen. Definitely pollen are collected into in the air. So it is a stag. This is called a style. It is also called a pollen tube. So its function is there to hold the stigma in the air. Why? Because it can get more and more pollens from the environment. After that, this pollen tube, this style is ended in an ovary. The ovary protects the ovules. So this is called ovary in which a new plant began to grow. And this ovary already have ovules inside it. This ovary has already ovules inside it. These ovules means small seeds. They already produce inside the ovary, and when the pollens, okay, you can ask this is a male part of a plant. So when this is burst, pollens are goes into the air, and when they fall the stigma. So I was telling if when pollens falls on the stigma of a flower, so what is happened, these pollens goes into the style. Okay, and they when reached in the ovary. Okay, so already ovules are here. So these pollens are fuses with these ovules, and then early plant began to grow. So this early plant which began to grow inside the ovary, this is called embryo. This is called a zygote. So after a few days, this plant again grow and comes out of the soil. So this is the process of reproductive system in the body of a plant. Okay. So come to next page. Come to next page. Okay, Peter. You can see here is the introduction of different plants. You can see the stamen of this poppy flower are in a ring around the curve. Okay, So you can see these are the stamen. Okay, so carpel and stamen, they are in different shapes in different plants. So here is a poppy plant, and you can see here is a these are stamen which are like a ring around the carpel. Okay, so there is another example. You can see this is an apple blossom flowers, have a sweet smell and lots of nectar to attract insects. So these are apple blossom flower, and it has sweet smell. Okay, so the nectar is produced inside the flower. So many birds, insects will attract towards it, and because of that, pollination will be happen inside the flower. Pollination means the ways in which reproduction is started in the body of a plant. Now see another diagram. You can also see these these gorse flowers are completely enclosed. You cannot see the reproductive organs at all. So you can see this is a wrapped plant. So inside the plant, they also have both stamen and carpel inside it, but they are completely enclosed, so we cannot see clearly the stamen and carpel in this body of a plant. Okay, now see another example. The stamens of this poppy flower are in, no, we have done. Okay, see here, this is another plant. Tree flowers hang in the air, so wind can carry pollens away. So you can also see these are flowers. Tree flowers hang in the air. Okay, so they are air. Why they are in air? Answer is very simple, because when there is a strong wind, their pollen bags are burst and they are scattered in the air. So pollens are further into different shape. Some pollens are very small and flat, and some pollens which float in the air, their shape is like a parachute. So this is easy for the plants to move from pollens to move from one flower to another flower. So that's why the reproduction of plants always in process. Okay, now see the did you know box. This is very important for your objective. Okay, Rafflesia is the world's largest, heaviest, and one of the most smelly flowers in the world. Okay, this is a Rafflesia, is the world's largest, heaviest, and one of the most smelly flowers in the world. It grows to 1 meter wide. You can imagine 1 meter wide. Its width is 1 meter, and weight is about 10 kilogram. This is amazing fact. Its weight is about 10 kilogram. And Rafflesia smells of rotting flesh to attract flies for pollination. Still, we have studied that all flowers are in bright colors. Okay, so they have sweet smell. Because of that, birds and insects attract towards them, and pollination has been done in the plant. But here is totally different. But is totally different, that Rafflesia smells of rotting flesh. Rotting flesh means when you have, if you have a piece of meat and put them into the kitchen and left for few days, what will be happen? It will be rot, it will be spoiled, and it will produce a bad smell. Okay, so Rafflesia smells of rotting flesh. Its smell is like that, rotting flesh. And why it is produced this smell? Because to attract flies. Definitely we all of know flies and other many microorganisms want to sit on rotting uh, materials. Okay, so they will attract to it, and then pollination will be happen inside the plant. And this is very amazing fact, that its width is about 1 meter and its weight is about 10 kilograms. I hope you understand it. Okay, there is another flower. You can see in this page we are observing different types of flowers, and we also observing that they have a carpel and stamen inside them, and they are in a different colors, different shape. Some flowers attract to the insects because of their bright colors, because of their their nectar, and there is some other plants which attract the insect by producing bad smell from their bodies. Okay, so look at here. This sunflower is actually lots of tiny flowers bundled together. You can also see, first of all, it has a bright color. Okay, so it is an ability, it shows movements. Okay, this is not given in your book, but I want to give you introduction. uh, all plants show movements. We also know it's a characteristic of a living thing. A living thing is that which show the movement. So sunflower is also show movement. We all of know it moves its body according to the sun. Okay, because it needs more and more sunlight, so it moves its body towards the sun. So the movement in the sunflower because of the sunlight is called phototropism. Phototropism. Photo means light, and tropism means movement. Okay, so it shows the phototropism movement, and you can see it has many bright petals. Okay, and these are sepals, and in the center it has a bundle of tiny flowers, and these all bundle of tiny flowers have many pollens inside them which attract the other insect. So they sit over here, they get the nectar, and then they sit another flower, so they transfer the pollens of one flower to the another flower. Okay, so in this page we have discussed about the, you also have you also have seen different flower. We have seen sunflower. We have seen some. And this is very interesting fact. You also have seen like these trees all around you. When autumn is started, you can see the old trees which are near to your house, which are near to your garden. You can see they have long stacks alongside it, and these all long stacks have pollens inside. So when there is a strong wind, they are burst and they are scattered in the air, and they move from one flower to another flower. So we also discuss the rafflesia, which produce bad smell to attract the other insects. And we also discuss about the um, this plant. Okay, it is has carpel and stamen, but they are close inside it. Okay, and also we have discussed the apple blossom. In the center it produce a lot of sweet nectar, so because of that many plants attract towards it. And we also study about the poppy plant because it has carpel, and they are like a ring form, and they are like a ring form around the around the stamen. Okay, so this was the introduction of your flower. Now coming to next page. Now your exercise will be started. This is the first page of your exercise we will discuss today. It consists of MCQs and your true false. I hope your chapter has been empty. Now you can do these answers easily. Okay. Question number 1. Now we are doing exercise chapter number 2. Multiply choice questions. Okay. Number 1. What part of a plant absorbs water? We all of know, we have studied root. The first organ of the plant is root, because it is under the soil, so it absorbs more and more water. It get the water, then it send that water to stem, and then stem take to leaf and then flower. Okay, so this is the process. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is root. Option C is correct. Come to question number 2. What does the stem of a plant do? What does the stem of a plant do? We have studied in the book that stem plays very important role because it has vascular bundle inside it. So its important function is that to transfer food and organic materials absorbed by the roots and take up to all aerial parts of the plant. And the second important function is that to hold the plant in the soil. Okay, so in the soil roots perform this function, and above the soil stem do this function. So now we will see the options. So what are the options? A part absorb minerals. Yes, this is true. Carries food up to the leaves. Yes, this is true. make seed, no, this is not true. D, supports the plant above the ground. This is most appropriate answer. Okay, so the correct answer is supports the plant above the ground. Now come to next question. Question number 3. Okay, which of the following is not a plant organ? We also study in a book that flower, root, stem, bud, leaves, these are the organs of our plant. Okay, now we will see which is not. When students do the question, they always ignore this option which is not. They always keep in mind that which is a part of a plant. So because of that, this is very easy question, but they do always wrong. So look at here which options are given. Flower, this is a part of a plant. Okay, root, this is also a part of a plant. Stem, this is also an organ of a plant. Which is not, this is, these are pollens. We all of know pollens are, where pollens are produced. Today we have discussed the flower, and we also know about this thing that all flowers are the reproductive part of our plant, and they consist of male and female both parts. So male parts are called stamen, and the top part of the stamen is called anther. And in the anther, these small seeds are produced. So this statement proves that pollens are not the organ of the body. Actually, they are produced in the anther, the male part of a stem, the male part of a plant stamen. They are produced in that area. So which is the correct answer? Option question is that which of the following is not a plant organ? So the correct answer is that pollen. Now come to question number 4. What are vascular bundles made of? Phloem only? No. Xylem only? No. Xylem and phloem both? And option is neither xylem nor phloem. No, this is the correct option. We have discussed xylem and phloem tissues both are present in stem. Okay, and collectively they are called vascular bundles. So option C is correct. Now come to question number 5. The job of root hairs is to increase the area of the roots, keep the roots warm? No. Protect the roots from damage? No. Provide the roots with food? No. Its important function is that increase the area of the roots, because they spread the roots in the soil. Because of that, the roots get more and more water, more and more organic materials for the body of a plant, which help the body of a plant to grow. Okay, I hope you understand the MCQs. Now come to true and false. Okay. Question number 1. An organism is something that is able to survive on its own. This is true. An organism is called a living thing when it has an ability to grow itself, when it shows movement, when it gives response, when it needs food, when it can move from one place to another. So it has an ability to survive on its own. This is true. Now come to question number 2. Xylem tissue carries water and minerals from the leaves to the roots of a plant. Xylem tissues carries water and minerals from the leaves. So this statement is true. The working of xylem tissue is responsible for water and minerals, but they get these things from the roots. They never get from the leaves. So who takes the, if I ask you to correct the option, so this option can correct in two ways. If we focus from the leaves, then here answer should be phloem tissues. If we correct this option, xylem tissues carries water and minerals, then its answer should be not from the leaves, but here should be from the roots. Okay, so this option is wrong, to the roots of a plant. So this is wrong. In this question they are saying that xylem tissues get minerals and waters from the leaves and take up to the roots. This is wrong. Xylem tissues get water and minerals from the roots to the leaves of a plant. Okay, so this is wrong. Number three, phloem is dead tissue, xylem is living tissue. This is wrong because we had discussed in the chapter that xylem is a dead tissue because it make rings in the stem and it is responsible for the bark. So we all know the bark of a tree is made of wood. So xylem is a dead tissue and phloem is a living tissue because its function is that it gets sugary solution from the leaves and transport to all parts of the plant. So this option is wrong. Now number four, sugar solution can go up and down, phloem at the same time. Sugar solution can go up and down, flowing at the same time. This is true because in the stem, xylem and phloem tubes, they both are working in opposite directions at the same time. And if we just talk about the phloem tissue, we all of know phloem tissues get sugary solution from the leaves and take up root, stem, and other all parts of a plant. So this is true. At the same time, this function is happening in the body of plant. This is true. Now the number five, and this is the last true false. A growing plant root tip is protected by a root cap. Yes, this is true. When there is a growing plant, when its root tips, when early root began to grow inside the soil. So in the early stage, it is protected by a root cap. This is true answer. A growing plant root tip is protected by a root cap. I hope you understand these true and false. I have explained you with the reasons. So you have to keep in your mind. And this is very important. First, you have to read your chapter again, and then you have to do these things in your book. Okay. So number one is true. Number two is false. Number three is false. Number four is true, and number five is true. Okay, and the rest of the question of the exercise we will discuss in our next lecture. Now your lecture has been ended. I hope you understand it. Thank you so much. So Betty, if you want to ask any question, you can raise your hand and can ask me.
So
This
what
if
is what is the answer of the MCQs question number 3?
question number three, yes. Which of the following is not a plant organ? Its correct answer is B, phloem. Sorry, phloem, this is pollen. Correct answer is pollen, option B. And what about the others? Have you understand the lecture of today? Better give me response. Have you understand it? Okay. And is there any problem? Are you doing work in your copies? The next work of the exercise, which will be start from question number 3 in our next lecture, you will do in your copies. Okay, I will discuss all answers with you, and then you will do these work in your exercise. Have you done the exercise of chapter number 1 in your copy?
Yes.
Yes.
Ali Hassan, have you done?
Yes.
Ali Hassan तो दुबई में कर रहे हैं ना बेटे काम भी आपका ऐसे ही होना चाहिए अच्छा सा जैसे आप दुबई के बीच पे बैठे हुए ना तो ऐसे ही होना चाहिए and what about Musif, do you understand everything?
Yes.
Okay. And what about Kaveen, is it clear?
Yes.
And Muzammil and Tahir?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. And what about
Yes, teacher.
girls, have you understand the lecture?
Yes.
Is there any issue?
No.
टीचर
जी बेटे
ये लेक्चर में आपकी आवाज नहीं इतनी ऊंची आती
ऊंची नहीं आती
आती है इतनी ऊंची आती
यू आर राइट
जब मुझे नहीं सही आती मेरे इतने ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस रह जाते हैं
टीचर बिल्कुल ठीक आवाज आती है
अच्छा
हाँ,
फिर
मुझे
बेटे
भी-
आप फिर बेटे अगर आपको जरूरत है आप अपनी हैंड फ्री या अपना कोई कनेक्शन चेक करो वो ना वीक हो तो
ये देखिए
आप ठीक
पानी तो ही है
आप ठीक है आप ठीक आ रही है
हाँ जी अब ठीक है
अच्छा चलो ठीक है, मैं ये माइक को ना बिल्कुल अपनी पास कर दिया करूंगी ताकि आपको और अच्छी आए आवाज। और
ओके,
बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स में आपकी क्लासेस ठीक जा रही है?
ठीक जा रही हैं, अच्छी जा रही हैं।
अच्छी जा रही है, मतलब आप सब बिजी
जी,
हो गए हो। अच्छी बात।
टीचर जी,
हम्म।
टीचर जी बिजी हो गए हैं। सुबह 8 o'clock उठते हैं, उसके बाद 8:30 कुछ खाते पीते हैं, उसके बाद 9 o'clock से कल तो 2 बजे तक क्लासेस थी।